What's going on, guys? Going to be going over my top three picks for MLB today. Today is July 3rd, 2024. As promised, I'm going to go ahead and do this before we get into the video too far. As promised in last video, I'm going to pick one person to get free VIP because we didn't sweep. And there weren't too many comments. So I'm going to go ahead with Jax. He was the first comment yesterday. So Jax, if you're in the Discord, just open up a support ticket, send me a screenshot of you being logged into your YouTube channel so I can verify, and we'll get you added to VIP for free for that free month. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to do the same thing again today, guys. If we don't sweep, I'm going to pick somebody in the comments to win a free month of VIP. So make sure you comment down below, you hit that like button, and you must be subscribed to win. So that Jax guy, he's commented on like every video for the past month and a half. Like the dude has been a great supporter. So definitely wanted to give that to him today. But going forward, it'll just be random. I'll have a wheel of all the comments, and we'll just do it that way. But thank you guys for all the love. Unfortunately, we just the first inning, Eovaldi and Cease just gave up 2 runs. I forget who got the 2 runs, but there were 2 runs given up in the first inning. It happens. We just couldn't cash that. Unfortunately for us too, we did cash the Cutter Crawford play pretty easily. Loved that. In VIP, we had Brady Singer over 4.5 Ks. He had 4 Ks. He could have easily went over, and then there was a rain delay. So unfortunate he doesn't come back out because of the rain delay. Can't help that, man. But let's go 3 for 3 today. I do have 3 picks that I'm loving quite a bit today, and let's just get into that. So really quick before we do get started, sign up to DG Fantasy, use code LIMIT for 25% off your first month. This makes it so easy to find these props off the get-go so that you can do further research. Again, code LIMIT, 25% off, and then you can sign up to Outlier using my link for a free week. And yeah, let's just get into it, guys. And let me go ahead and move the screenshots over. I apologize. And let's get into today's picks. So I'm actually going to go in order of favorite to least favorite. So we're going to go ahead with Chris Sale first of all. And we're taking Chris Sale. In VIP, we have him over 7.5 pitcher strikeouts. It bumped within like 2 minutes of me posting it. So I do understand a lot of people, even in VIP, did not get it at 7.5. They're going to have to get it at 8. I still like it at 8. All this does is add push potential. Because if I think he's going to go over 7.5, I obviously think he's going to get at least 8 strikeouts. Now, it does suck that you could potentially get a 1.5x, but I would still take the over here. Chris Sale, great pitcher. He's versus the Giants today. And let's actually take a look at that matchup and dig further into this. So Chris Sale at 8 strikeouts today. We're going to go ahead over, click props on Outlier, and we can search up the player, and we can search up Chris Sale. And we can see over 7.5 strikeouts. This is minus 184 on Caesars, minus 144 on FanDuel, and this was like minus 190 over on Pinnacle. And I mean, it's for good reason. Over his last 5, he's cashed this in 3 out of 5. Last 10, 8 out of 10. In 2024, he's gone over this in 8 of 15 games. At home, 3 of 8. Now, obviously, at home or away doesn't matter too much, but I do like being transparent with that. Now, obviously, this doesn't look very great when you first take a look at that. Obviously, though, he has been doing really well after that first start of the season. So his first 5 games, he still did really well. I stuttered there. He still did really well. Don't get me wrong. He's getting 6, 7 strikeouts. He's not giving up many runs. But obviously, for a 7.5, 8 strikeout line, he didn't do too well. But after those first 5 games, he really stepped it up. He's only went under twice out of his past, what is that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 8 out of his last 10, he's went over or pushed. He's going 6 innings per game. And I mean, I just really love to see this. He only went 5 innings versus the Yankees, and he actually got 8 strikeouts that game as well. Versus the Giants are pretty good at not striking out. Versus left-handed pitchers, they have a 20.4% strikeout rate this season, ninth in the league. But when you look at Chris Sale's stats, it's just hard to believe that that's going to really matter. He has a 32.3% strikeout rate this season, an average of an 11.3 strikeouts per 9 innings. So over 6 innings, you would expect seven-ish, 7 or 8-ish, 7 to 8. We can take a look at Chris Sale versus these batters. There's not too much data. The two people that have the highest at-bat count versus Chris Sale, we can see Chapman with 10 at-bats. He has a 30% strikeout rate. And then Soler with 6 at-bats. He has a 42.9% strikeout rate. So, I mean, I don't think we're going to have any issues today. I think that's pretty much going to be the story. I feel like he's going to strike out the whole side multiple times. I don't think we're going to have issues with Chris Sale today. Take the over, even at 8. I believe it pushes at minimum. So there's a reason that the odds are minus 180, minus 190 for him to go over 7.5. Take this today. Let's cash out and let's move on to pick number 2. So pick number 2 is going to be Brayan Bello over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts. He's versus the Miami Marlins today. So really love taking these pitchers versus the Marlins. We're going to take a look. I'm going to pull up his stats while we talk about it really quick. This one is around even odds. It's like minus 130, minus 135 right now. So it's really right around the odds that we would get over on Prizepicks, where we get minus 135 for a 2-pick. In a 5-pick or a 6-pick, you only need a minus 119. So I'm really liking this today. Let's take a look at the stats for Bello versus the Marlins. We can see over his last 5, he's went over this number in 3 out of 5. Last 10, 6 out of 10. And in 2024, he's went over this in 8 of 14 games, 57%. In away games, he's went over this in 63%, 5 of 8, one of those being by 0.5. In the head-to-head matchup, he got 5 strikeouts versus the Marlins last year in last June. Obviously, that doesn't matter too much for this season, but I do like seeing that. We can see right now he's going around 5 innings pitched per game. Last game, he only went 2 innings. I don't expect something like that to happen again today. I expect 5 good innings out of him today. And we can see the Marlins batting versus right-handed pitchers, 16th in the league. So they are in the bottom half, 22.3% strikeout rate. Over their last 30 games, they're actually 24th in the league, 24.6% strikeout rate. Now, Bello's stats, we already know, 20% strikeout rate, not the greatest. But we can see he's been doing fairly decent this season, especially when he does go those 5-6 innings pitched. So I'm really liking this play today. We can see his earned runs per 9 is a 5.5 average. I expect that to go down versus the Marlins. His strikeouts per 9, 8. So if he goes 5 innings, you would expect a little, like 4.5, 5 strikeouts. If he goes 6 innings, you would expect for him to get over 5. And then walks plus hits per inning, 1.47. I expect these stats to improve versus the Marlins. The Marlins have been striking out a lot lately. And when we look at who he's been going against this season, for the most part, he's been going against some pretty good teams, especially recently. We have Toronto, we have the Yankees, the Orioles, Rays, Pirates. I mean, the Oakland game, obviously it's understandable why he went over. The Athletics just are not that great. But, I mean, he's gone over versus some decent teams like the Yankees and Toronto recently. So I really like this. Let's take the over, 4.5 strikeouts. And let's head over to play number 3, which I accidentally leaked at the beginning. But it's going to be Blanco over 4.5 strikeouts versus Toronto. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Not much else to say about this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. So Blanco over 4.5 strikeouts. Over his last 5, 3 out of 5. Last 10, 7 out of 10. 2024, he's going over this in 11 of 15 games, a 73% hit rate. The 3 out of the 4 times he's went under, it's only been by 0.5 strikeouts as well. In away games, he's went over this in 6 straight games, 6 of 7 games this season. And he's versus Toronto. And again, I was just talking about Toronto, who Bello had gone over against earlier this season. But Toronto's a good team with not striking out. Don't get me wrong here. But as you could see with Blanco's stats, I have no reason to believe that he will not get this number versus them. He's averaging 6 innings pitched this season. Now, Toronto versus right-handed pitchers, 19.9% strikeout rate, sixth best in the league. Over their last 30, 20.5% strikeout rate, which is 11th in the league. Blanco has a 23.4% strikeout rate, which is an average of 8.4 strikeouts over 9 innings. If he goes 6 innings today, I have no reason to believe he can't get 5 or 6 strikeouts. I love this play today. Let's lock it in. Blanco over 4.5 strikeouts. You can find this for anywhere between minus 108 to minus like 120, 125. So if you do this in a 5 or a 6 pick, especially, you're getting good odds. Let's take it, guys, and let's cash out today. Again, guys, if we don't sweep, I'll pick somebody in the comments to win a free month of VIP. So make sure you're leaving a comment. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.